Thank you very much for that appreciation and celebration. The ambassador, you have the floor.
Supervise. I want to thank you all for all my goodness reception. I mean, this is so great. Let me actually tell you the sum of my life. You are where you are because of the way you think. And you will be where you will be tomorrow because of the way you think. That summed up my life. So, Mr. Stanley was actually talking about my experience when I made an informed decision not to work hard for someone's father to earn just a living, but to work hard on me to earn a fortune. Well, when I made that informed decision, the people closer to me never understood me. My father was one of them, my mom as well. Well, they gave me a hell of time at home. But there's one thing I always believed in, that what you sincerely believe, vividly imagine, and enthusiastically act upon must inevitably come to pass. Just some few months ago, Father's Day, while I was in Nigeria, my last time in Nigeria, I think my dad watched one of our videos in Benin. So I believe you spoke to him, or one of you spoke to him, and it was like, tell my son that I need a new car. Was it you? So on Father's Day, I actually surprised him and gifted him a Toyota Highlander 2019 brand new version. Now, I am not saying this to impress you, but I'm saying this to impress upon you that whatever you hold in your hand is nothing else but a good seed. but it takes a determined mind and a focused mind to make that seed germinate. And today, most of our lives have been transformed because we saw it before it happened. My mentor will tell you that if you want to think as far as thought and to be everywhere there is to be, you must begin to believe that you have arrived. When I saw the super life business opportunity, let me tell you this. Anytime I will enter into the washroom to take a cold shower, I call myself Crown Ambassador. Even when I've not earned $2,000 in the business, I was calling myself a Crown Ambassador. Do you know? And I believe so much in my affirmation, because let me tell you that your affirmation will fall flat until it is built with the dynamic power of absolute faith. If everything you say to yourself about this business will come to pass, then it must be built with the dynamic power of what? Absolute faith. Any form of anxiety, doubt, or fear will cut the connection. My journey to the road to Super Crown, well, let me announce this because it will be official by the end of this month that the name Jonathan Ape has now moved from a double crown or crown ambassador to Super Crown Ambassador. And let me tell you who a Super Crown Ambassador is. A Super Crown Ambassador is one who has earned $1 million in this business. Now, this didn't happen by chance, it happened by choice. I saw this right from the beginning. And today I was telling myself in my hotel room that if it took me 4 years to earn $1 million in Super Life, it is going to take me a year to earn another $1 million. And mark it from today. It is written. Now get to understand this. It is because of the way I think. As a man thinketh in his heart, but get to know this, we're all talking about Super Life. Super Life is so sweet. Super Life is just like sweet wine. But listen to what the greatest teacher of all time made mention. That you cannot pour a sweet wine in an old skin, in an old bottle. As a matter of fact, Super Life cannot be sweet to you if you have that old mentality. The master went on saying this, that if you should or if you pour that new wine in an old bottle, what happens? And then he made mention that the old bottle will perish. For some of you who have seen the Super Life opportunity, you've witnessed of the health benefits, you've witnessed of the financial benefits, but you still have the same mentality. I would like to look straight into your eyes and tell you this. The problem is not with a business opportunity, it's not with Super Life. The problem is not with the people around you. The problem is you. And this is why I said this, that you are where you are because of the way you think. And you will be tomorrow where your thought takes you. How many of you would love a total transformation? If you so would love a total transformation, now this is the news. Work more on yourself than you do on your work. Can I say it again? Work more on yourself than you do on your work. Because I took Super Life just as a vehicle, a means to my destination. However, I know that vehicle will need a qualified driver who understands the map to get to that destination. And I can put my future in no other hands than my own. I cannot trust my future in any man's hand than my own. Therefore, I decided to work on myself. You want to experience all that Pastor Stanley, Ambassador Ashiet, and all the ambassadors are experiencing. It is not by chance, it is by choice. They decided to get where they are. Let me tell you one thing about thoughts. If you can dream it, you can believe it. And if you can believe it, then you can achieve it. When I started this journey, I started calling myself a Crown Ambassador. I have never ever witnessed of a $10,000, less alone $100,000 or $500,000. But anytime I call myself a Crown Ambassador, the antennas of this world, someone say antennas of this world, the doubts, the fears start setting in. Jonathan, do you know what a $50,000 is? Do you know what a $100,000 is? But I allowed my explicit belief to cohere with my implicit belief. Until your subconscious mind coheres with your conscious mind. Now let me tell the difference between your subconscious and your conscious. When you were born as a creative power and a creative being. You have no limitations. There is nothing like fear. There is nothing like doubt. There is nothing like anxiety. Because you were born out of divinity. You are a creative being. You are an intelligent power. But when the antennas of the world, like your five senses, what are your five senses? Touch, smell, sight. It started forming what we call your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is now limited. When you are asked to go out there and make things happen, you look at the storms and you look at the darkness and you look at the fear and you say to yourself, it is impossible. But your subconscious mind knows nothing about impossibility. Everything within your subconscious mind is possible. So your subconscious mind is your implicit belief. And this is the reason why I'm saying that until your explicit belief, which is your conscious mind, coheres with your implicit belief, nothing happens. But when it coheres, it develops you to a different kind of belief, and then you start acting in a certain way. Pastor Stanley said one thing, that when he saw the opportunity, he had no money. But because there is this cohesion, that Super Life will turn elevate his financial life, he did not wait. He started professing what he wanted to see 3 years from time. And now listen, the legality has become an an experience. Now, I want to challenge you today. It is not going to be about Super Life because we started Super Life with a lot of people. We started Super Life with many, not all of them have attained financial success. The difference between some of us who have attained financial success and those people who are still going out there looking for opportunities upon opportunities upon opportunities is different. Now, this is it. We decided that no matter what happens, we are going to succeed in this business. And if you want to take away home something very valuable, you have to look deep within yourself and tell yourself that no matter what happens, I am going to the very top. No matter what happens, I'm going to the very top. Somebody say paradigm shift. Paradigm shift. Yes, the Super Life opportunity is wonderful. Yes, the Super Life opportunity is sweet. But until that which is within you changes, nothing will happen. You listen to the story of Apostle, and it got to a particular time he told himself, if I can touch this, if only I can touch this, I can multiply it. How many of you are ready to run with the opportunity? You see, it is one thing for you to be interested and another thing to be committed. When you are interested in the opportunity, you become excited, but when the grounds of the world meet you, you start giving up. But when you are committed, you tell yourself that no matter what happens. And this is why my mentor made mention that the quality of a man is determined more by his commitment to excellence than by any other factor, regardless of the witches in his home. Regardless of the witches in his home. The Super Life business opportunity have transformed lives, elevated the financial lives of many. 4 years ago, if anyone would have told me I could turn $1,100 into a $1 million, I would look straight into the person's eye and say, this is a joke. So we have an amazing vehicle, but until we are ready to change our lives, nothing will happen. Do you know why goals are accomplished? Goals are not accomplished by setting them. I hear most motivational speakers, they say for you to achieve your goals, you need to write it down. That is just step one. That is just step one of it. Write your goals down. But this is what you need. You need that philosophical mindset that could transform you to think in a certain way, because once you think in a certain way, thought is the primary thing to success. The secondary of thought is action. Once you can think in a certain way, you can now start acting in a certain way, which will produce a certain result. How many of you are ready to start thinking in a certain way? Understand this, that those who think in a certain way are not those who live on the island of excusities. They live on the island of execution, not excusitis. I mean, 4 years journey in the super life business, I've heard so many excuses. A lot of excuses, and I've got reasons. I've got reasons why I should have backed out. But because I think in a certain way, I do not give room for excuses. I do not give room for excuses. For some of you who may think and believe that you have faced the greatest challenge in super life, I can boldly look straight into your eyes and tell you that no man seated here has faced greater challenges in super life than I have. But there's one thing I know and understand. The greater the challenge, in 2019, when it was 2018, right? When we introduced Super Life in Nigeria, just 1 year, the business in Nigeria boosted so much so that it became my greater leg. For those of you who understand our binary structure, before then I was earning not less than $700 a day. When the business turned and one of my legs became greater than the other, I found it very difficult to even earn $70. Someone who was earning no less than $800 on a daily basis, I could hardly earn $100. Most of you would have given up, right? Most of you would have blamed the opportunity, would have blamed the system. But I have a certain mind that if I can build this, then I can rebuild. That if I can build this, then I can rebuild. I didn't blame anyone. I started rebuilding it. It was all over social media. I said to people, this is building this. That same year, in 2020, when I started rebuilding, that same year, I earned 2 times than I earned in my past 2 years. Then in 2021, 80% of my leaders on my parent leg left the company to join another company. Do you know about this? Do you know about this? The same year in 2021, I looked at how my volume dropped drastically over 80%, and I said, isn't this interesting? But I understood one thing, that I can change and shape my dreams. I can change and shape the outcome of my dreams. I told myself, if I can build, then I can. In 2021, same year, by the grace of God, I have been able to advance 2 ranks. From Crown Ambassador to Crown Ambassador 2, and now to Super Crown Ambassador. Guess what? This is not just a rank advancement of 5,000 difference or 10,000 difference or 25. From a Crown Ambassador to Crown Ambassador 2 is $250,000. From Crown Ambassador 2 to Super Crown Ambassador is $250,000. That same year, $500,000 in rank advancement. And why am I telling you this? I believe I'm talking to leaders and not followers. I believe I'm talking to people who are committed to their work and not just interested and passionate about the business. Understand this, that as a man, regardless of what happens around you, you are the one to shape your future. You are the one to transform your life. And you are the one to fulfill your destiny. Since 2021, I was called by CEO and other co-founders. Just because, some way, somehow, some people didn't like my growth and advancement, went out there telling CEO that I'm promoting another business, I'm actually bringing another business to Africa. We were in Dubai then. But thank God that God understands things. As at that time, Infusion have a registered company in Dubai. Then I just showed CEO the document. If I were to be forming another company and promoting, would I have gone this far? Most of the challenges that we have faced, I can tell you for a fact. Even a co-founder came out to say that Jonathan is a strong-headed man. Because the kind of things that have happened to him, for him to be still where he is mind-blowing. But you know what? Just like I made mention, it's not going to be the things that surrounds you that will conform you, but it is going to be the renewal of your mind that will transform your outcome. Therefore, price differentials with our STC 30, yes, it's a big problem, yes, it's a huge problem, but that is not going to conform the way we think, or that is not going to be our outcome. What is going to be our outcome is how we see things within. Yes, a lot of your network or a lot of your downlines have moved from your company to another company. Oh yes, that's true. But it is not going to be the outside appearance that is going to determine your future. It is going to be the way you think. I see all these excuses, but I choose to think differently. Because a man shall not be conformed by the things around him, but a man can only be transformed by the renewal of his. Look at a friend and say, renew your mind. Renew your mind. Look at another friend and say, renew your mind to change your life. Renew your mind to change your life. We really want to transform our lives, right? It's time for us to renew our minds. Do we see all these challenges? Yes. But because we have, Pastor Stanley made something. He made mention that if you cease to grow in life, then you are dying. It is true, because by law, man is growth. By law, man is what? The primal purpose of life is the continuous advancement of man. Therefore, if you don't advance in life, you are not living your purpose-driven life. But you can only do that if this thing changes. And that is why, for some of us, we are so particular. Much as we can say everything there is to say with the super life business, get to understand this. Nothing will change until you change. Things will only get better when you get better. For those of you who would wish that the super life business is easy, you need a new mentality. Do not wish it is easy, wish you were better. Because everything in life is first of all difficult before it becomes easy. Do you know why it becomes easy? Because you have become better. Say paradigm shift. Say renewal of the mind. I challenge you today that you have destinies to touch. When I saw the Super Life business opportunity, I started hearing cries. I started hearing the cries of men calling to God for total health. I started hearing cries of men calling to God for financial elevation. Therefore, anytime I face any challenge, I listen to this cry. And because I was so determined, not tens, not hundreds, not 10,000, but hundreds of thousands have seen health transformation and financial transformation because I said yes. Now I want to challenge you, and this has always been my thoughts. For me, I heard the voices of the generations to come after me. My father was poor. My great-grandfather was poor before he died. And therefore, when I saw this business opportunity, I told myself and cried aloud that, hey, I have seen an opportunity that will change the status of our lineage. And then I hear the cries of the generations that will come after me that hold on to this opportunity and do not let us down. Prepare that place for us before we come into existence. I told myself never to give up. We are going somewhere and we're going to get there. 1 million is just a step to tens of millions, to hundreds of millions. As long as your mind can take you, you can get there. And for those of you who have been putting in your hard work and have seen nothing, I would like to make you understand there is no powerful word in the word of success than the word consistency. There's no powerful word in the word of success, whether in business, whether in finance, whether in health, whatever be, than what? Consistency. So I will leave you with the words of Dean Briggs. He said, do your work, not just your work and nothing more, but a little more for the lavishing's sake. That's little which is worth than all the rest. And if you suffer in your work, as you must, if you doubt, as you must, still keep what? Doing it. And as he kept doing it, one day the skies will clear. And then out of that very doubt, out of that very tear, out of that very suffering, will be born the eternal joy of life. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Appreciate it, that appreciates. Never does what? Depreciate. So appreciate you can have a way. Let the Lagos way. Whatever you celebrate, you are flat. Because you are celebrating today, I know you are attract the grace. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ambassador. You don't pass Ambassador down. Which one do you call now?